This week's Parsha is Parashat Korach. We see in this week's Parsha, Pasuk Aleph, Perek Tet Zayin, that Korach organized a rebellion against his cousin Moshe. It says in Pasuk Aleph, Vayikach Korach ben Yitzhar ben Kahat ben Levi v'Datan v'Aviram b'nei Eliav v'on bet Pelet b'nei Reuven. Korach led a rebellion against Moshe with Datan and Aviram and other men from b'nei Reuven. The question that Rashi asks is, how did Korach connect with these people from Reuven, from Shevet Reuven? Korach was from Shevet Levi. How did he connect with the men from Shevet Reuven to organize a rebellion against Moshe? Rashi answers, based on psukim from earlier in Sefer Bamidbar. Fifth graders, you might remember that we learned this in Parsha this year, but it says earlier in Sefer Bamidbar that Shevet Reuven was situated in the southern section of the Machane, Temana. We also know that Korach also was in the southern section of the camp. His section of Shevet Levi surrounding the Mishkan was right near Shevet Reuven's section. It went Mishkan, Shevet Levi, and then Shevet Reuven in that section of the camp. Because Shevet Reuven was next to Shevet Levi, and specifically the family of Kahat, Korach became friendly with those members of Shevet Reuven and was able to influence them. It says in Rashi, Oy l'rasha, oy l'shcheno. We learn from this that we have to choose our neighbors and, more importantly, our friends very carefully. Rashi continues and he asks, what exactly was Korach doing in the rebellion? How did he organize a rebellion against Moshe? Rashi explains through the Midrash that Korach and the other men that were associated with him wore clothing that were completely made of tchelet. And they came to Moshe and they said, is this clothing that's completely made of tchelet chayavet b'tzitzi o petura? Is it necessary to add the strings of the tzitzi with the petil tchelet, the one string of tchelet attached to these garments, these clothings that were completely made of tchelet? Moshe answered them, Amar lahem chayevet. Moshe said that they were obligated to have tzitzi. Hitchilu lischok alav. The men, Korach and his friends from Shevet Reuven, began to make fun of Moshe. This is something that shows us how the people from Reuven, being connected to Korach, the leader of the rebellion, were influenced poorly by him. Korach was able to bring out the worst in these members of Reuven Shevet. From here, we see that it's very, very important to surround ourselves with people who bring out the best in us. It's very important to choose friends who don't influence us to do the wrong thing, but who influence us to do the best possible thing and to bring out the best versions of ourselves. Shabbat Shalom. Enjoy your summer.